Ideally, Riot wants to eliminate normal draft in all regions, and even though it's not going to be eliminated in North America, Brazil, and Europe West immediately, down the road that's the end goal. They want to move draft players to playing flex ranked. The problem with this is that you play normals because you don't want to play ranked. You want to play a mode that you can kind of practice something first, get a couple games in it before you take it into ranked. And the reason why they would eliminate AQ to begin with in their defense is because that's part of what makes queue time so long, is that there's a lot of different queues to queue up in, and as such, even if you have a massive player base, if they're divided amongst all these different queues, some queues just are pretty long to play. And blind pick has a low queue time as part of its appeal, and out of the two modes, blind pick has the larger player base between it and normal draft. But the problem is, it's like why they eliminated team builder. In my opinion, team builder and now the new normal draft, they're kind of a good practice mode against live opponents where you can kind of make a scenario similar to how you would be playing in ranked, with drafts, with a certain role you didn't have to fight over, and certain things like that. That kind of was a thing in Team Builder. Team Builder also kind of did that without the bans, but Team Builder of course was retired because it had long queue times. Normal draft in those three regions, and that's why it's not being retired immediately, has somewhat healthy queue times, but still they want to eventually eliminate it so that you go play flanks ranked instead, and that way if you want to play normals you play blind. But I don't want to play blind, I have no desire to play blind, and I never play blind unless I get invited to play blind. And to be honest, I'm not very big fan of ranked either, so with that said, I guess I just would never play except weekends with the rotating game mode queues and maybe some ARAM, because blind pick, the amount of work they'd have to put in the blind pick to make me want to play it would pretty much just turn blind pick into normal draft, so in which case eliminate blind pick instead and keep normal draft, except apparently that would alienate a bigger portion of the players than you would by eliminating normal draft. So obviously my answer isn't the right answer, this is just my kind of opinion on the matter. I'd rather play normal drafts. I think it's a better practice mode to take before going into ranked. Once you go into ranked, that's kind of the time to start. I don't really even want to say try harding, because if you take the game too seriously, you're going to burn yourself out, or you're just going to mess up even more because you're overthinking stuff. But at the same time, ranked is where you go where you're like, hey, I'm not trying Azir for the first time, now I've put a bunch of games on Azir, and I feel like I can win with Azir, and he's powerful right now, so let's go try and win, with Azir in ranked and climb that way, things like that. That's not a time to go, hey, I want to jump into a quick game, let's do this, League in itself has always been time consuming, right? You don't play it with like 5 minutes before work, hey, I want to play a quick game of League. You play it because you're like home for the night and you got a couple hours that you can play it. So waiting is not something personally I've ever had a problem with. I would wait, 10 minutes in a queue to guarantee get my role. I have no problem with that. But again, this is just me. So what you can do now is in the comments or whatever, what's your opinion on the matter? If they took away normal draft, would you actually hate that? Would you think that's a good idea? But thank you for watching. If you did watch this video, that's all for this video. Life is full of a lot of kinks, so I don't know which video will be next. So until next time, take care. From the Fire Good Eye, FS.